Last week's episode of Kinsey featured a product for the treatment of asthma referred to as Bronchidal. We wish to point out that this has no connection whatsoever with the product currently prescribed by doctors and sold under the similar name of Bronchodil. We regret any misunderstanding that may have been caused. All persons and companies in this series are entirely fictitious, and any perceived resemblance to any person or company or their products is entirely coincidental.
You can't touch Wednesday evening on One when Wogan raps with MC Hammer. Then at 7:35, Doogie's new wheels raise parental objections.
Now, a car like this is just fine for a feckless high school senior like Vincent here.
Hey, I got as much feck as the next guy.
Divided loyalties for Angel at 8 when police rescue take over a prison.
You tell your friend. He's got to give evidence.
All aboard at 9:30 as Inside Story departs on the Yorkshire Railway.
How always want a gold medal?
Because, I mean, we're sat here with a bloke like this, you're chatting there, sat at home on their own, aren't they? Less milkman called.
Sports Night at 10:20 features England, Scotland and Northern Ireland in European football. Completion of the quarter-finals of the World Snooker from the Crucible Sheffield, plus a profile of the Italian jockey Frankie Dettori, who at 20 is already one of the top jockeys in the country. First Past the Post, BBC One, this Wednesday.
Now on One, Barry Norman casts his critical eye over the latest releases in Film 91.
Programme tonight, Michael J. Fox and James Woods get together The Hard Way, a film that's been banned for 15 years, can finally be shown in public, and we look at the way animals are treated in the movies. Good evening. The bad news about The Hard Way is that it's yet another buddy movie. Worse than that, it's yet another buddy movie about cops, or anyway, a cop. The good news is that it's a lot more fun than most of its kind, thanks to the agreeable pairing of Michael J. Fox and James Woods. Fox plays a big Hollywood star, or rather a short big Hollywood star, and no, it's not sizist to say that because he himself makes fun of his small but perfectly formed stature. He's a kind of diminutive Indiana Jones whose current hit is called Smoking Gun 2 and who yearns for once to be in a film that doesn't have a Roman numeral in the title. Such a film is up for grabs, a police thriller set in New York. Fox wants the star role, the producers want Mel Gibson. Actually, I doubt if Gibson would have been available, come to think of it. He must have been making Hamlet around that time. Well, never mind. Fox decides to prepare himself for the part by pulling strings and getting himself attached to New York's meanest, toughest, nastiest cop, James Woods, as an observer.
You ever kill anybody? Counting today? Come on, John.
Look, my character kills this guy. He's probably an innocent bystander. I just want to know what that's like.
You can't, not by asking someone.
Joe, you open up. I just want to know what it feels like to be inside your skin.
I don't want you inside my skin, do you understand? It's private. What's in there belongs to me. You're not gonna learn what it means to be a cop by eating hot dogs and picking your teeth and asking stupid questions. We live this job. It's something we are, not something we do. Every time a cop walks up to a car and has to give a speeding ticket, he knows he may have to kill someone or be killed himself. That's not something you step into by strapping on a rubber gun and riding around all day. You get to go back to your $1 million beach house and your bimbos and your blowjobs, and you get 17 takes to get it right. We get one take. It lasts our whole lives. We mess it up, and we're dead.
Was that great?
Look, John, could you just do that one more time for me, please?
As you may have gathered, Woods is none too pleased to be encumbered with this pampered idol who's pretty well lost without his maid, his agent and his personal trainer. So the admiration of cop groupie Fox is nicely balanced by the antagonism of the snarling Woods, who'd much rather be out catching a crazy serial killer, Stephen Lang, than babysitting a movie brat. To some extent, Fox plays what, in this kind of picture, is traditionally the female role, i.e. doing silly things and thereby plunging himself and Woods into danger. Good to see a man lumbered with all that stuff for a change. But the actor also turns out to be far more streetwise than the cop in such essential matters as romance, and it's he who straightens out Woods' tangled love life with Annabella Sciorra. On the debit side, the fish out of water jokes, the movie star and the New York jungle jokes run out fairly fast, and director John Badham has rather too much easy recourse to farce as the conventional police story takes over from the character study.
Police. Yeah, where's your badge? Where? Hey, come back here!
Hey, move out of the way. I didn't pay to see your butt.
Put a cork in it.
Hey, guys! I'm over here!
Oh my gosh,
Look out!
Anyway, Fox is his usual likeable self, and Wood shows yet again that he's one of the best actors around, much better than most of the roles he's given. A little while ago, I'd have predicted that on this evidence, both the stars would soon have ended up in yet another film with a Roman numeral in the title, The Hard Way 2. But the film didn't do very well in America, an indication perhaps that the buddy movie may have had its day. Not surprising, really, when you consider that it dates back at least as far as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969. Time now, though, for a look at the top 10 films in the UK. At 10, Cyrano de Bergerac, swashbuckling Gerard Depardieu, stars in the superb version of the classic tale. 9, Three Men and a Little Lady, those domestic bachelor boys still struggling with triple parenthood. 8, Bonfire of the Vanities, Tom Hanks and Melanie Griffith disappointing in Tom Wolfe's yuppie nightmare. 7 is Look Who's Talking To, Kirstie Alley and John Travolta in an uninspired sequel. At 6, King Ralph, slobbish no-hoper John Goodman becomes the reluctant heir to the English throne. 5, Green Card, Gerard Depardieu again with Andie MacDowell in A Marriage of Convenience. At 4, Awakenings, Dr. Robin Williams proves that miracles can happen, if only for a while. 3, Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner's epic moving western, still mesmerising the audiences. 2 is Highlander 2, the duelling time travellers return in a tedious sequel laden with special effects. But at number 1, Sleeping with the Enemy, frightened wife Julia Roberts tries faking her death to escape crazy husband Patrick Bergin. It was certainly brave of Simon Callow to choose Carson McCullers' story The Ballad of the Sad Cafe as his first directing assignment. Foolhardy too, perhaps, because what emerges is a richly theatrical, perhaps over-theatrical production, full of mannered performances and somewhat obscure motivation. The tale, told partly in flashback, features Vanessa Redgrave looking oddly like David Bowie did a few years back as a slightly mannish, slightly matriarchal figure in a very small town in the Deep South during the Depression. This is a place populated by poor, simple people with little hope of a better life. Excitement arrives first when Redgrave takes her long-lost cousin, a hunchback dwarf played by Cork Hubbard, into her home, and he persuades her to turn her general store into the cafe of the title.
A meal for you. You know what? Get some tables in here.
Tables? Cousin Lyman, whatever for?